In this video, I'm going to show you 3 ways that you can use templates with Apple Notes. So instead of having to do all this work to create a note from scratch, you can instantly create new notes from your templates. The first method of the 3 that we're going to look at in this video is simply duplicating a note. It's the easiest to do. It's not fancy. It doesn't give you as much flexibility, but if you want to just create a new note from a template, this is the quickest and easiest way to do it. I have my notes templates in a folder. I'll explain a little bit more about how I've set these up as we go through the video, but the key thing here is I've got this @template. It's essentially a tag in the note titles or the names of the notes for these templates, but I use the @ symbol instead of the hashtag just so that I don't run into any conflicts with tags that I actually have set up. So if for some reason it's down the road I use template as a tag in Apple Notes, I want this to be unique so that it doesn't overlap with those templates. So that's the reason I use the @ symbol here, and I'll show you exactly how this works in the second method. But the first method here, to duplicate a note, if you right click on the note and just choose duplicate note, it just creates a second version of the same note. Nothing changes. All of the contents of the note are identical. So once you duplicate the note, you need to go in and actually change the title to whatever you want to call it. Let's say Hawaii trip, and then drag it into whatever folder you want to put it into. It'll just duplicate it inside of the same folder that you're in. But that is the easiest and simplest way to create a new note from a template. So if you have a folder of templates like this, it's just a matter of right-clicking, duplicate note, change the title, and put it into whatever folder you want. And incidentally, even though this is the simplest of the 3 methods that I'm going to cover in this video, this is also the one that keeps the formatting intact the best. Some of these things, particularly checkboxes in notes, going through shortcuts, which we're going to go into shortly, it's really difficult to keep the formatting intact by creating these through shortcuts. Now, the second method that I use to create new notes from templates is with shortcuts. This is where the @template tag, if you want to call it a tag, in the title of the note is useful. So if I open this particular shortcut, I'll link to this in the description down below if you want to copy it into your own system and play around with it. But basically what this shortcut does is it looks for all the notes where the name contains that template tag. So this is where that being unique becomes important. If I was using a hashtag here and at some point I put a tag in another note with the template tag, then this shortcut would also find that. So by using this unique text here, this will only return a list of the notes that I actually have set up as templates. It sorts by name. That doesn't really make a difference. I don't want to limit this. However many templates I have in my system is how many I want to come up. So the find note just has the one filter for that tag in the name. Next, it chooses from the note. It'll ask me to choose the template and just lists a bunch of the notes that it finds. I don't want to create more than one, so I uncheck select multiple. And then once I've selected the note, it creates a text box with the contents of that particular note in it. This next line here this just deletes the title of the template note from the new note so that you don't get a second line that lists the template name as well. This make rich text, this is a markdown conversion. So this makes a rich text note, which is the formatting that Apple Notes needs from the text that was created up here. And then it just puts that into a variable, asks me for the name of the new note, whatever I want to call it, and sets the note name and then creates that note in the inbox with that note name as the title. So let's try this and see it in action. I'll just run the shortcut. Now I get a list of the templates that I have in that template folder, all the notes that have the @template in the name. So I can choose the one I want. Let's say this weekly review in Markdown format. Click done. Let's just say I'm making this for the end of this coming week. And now if I go over to Apple Notes in my inbox, here is the note that was just created. So looking at these notes side by side, this is the template that it used to create this note. So it's got the title that I gave it when the shortcut asked. It has the evaluate with all the different questions that I ask at the end of each week, and just has my list of reminders at the bottom here, the items that I need to review and capture. And this is all based on this template here, which is formatted in Markdown. There's a reason that I use Markdown for this. The Apple Notes formatting in Shortcuts is a little limited. It recognizes some things well, and it doesn't recognize other things well. So if you just create a new note from the contents of the template itself, it doesn't always carry everything over. To show what I mean here, I've got this other version of the same template that is actually already formatted in Apple Notes with the headings and the checklists and all the items. If I run the shortcut again, and this time I'll choose the weekly review template instead of the Markdown version. And let's just say for last week in this case. This is the note that shortcut just created based on this template. So you can see the template is actually formatted properly in Apple Notes with all the headings and everything based on Apple Notes formatting. But when it takes this and creates a new note from it with the text of the note inserted, it loses almost all the formatting. The checklists, like I mentioned earlier, are one of the things that really don't carry forward well in Shortcuts. So you can see it's converted those into a Markdown format. This dash with the two square brackets, that's the Markdown formatting for a checklist box, like what you see here. But when it did the conversion to create this new note, it carried over the dash as a bullet and then didn't recognize the rest of it as a checklist. So this formatting, it's lost almost everything. Even the spaces between lines and everything are gone. So that's the reason that I use the actual Markdown formatting in the template note for this. There's really only one way in Shortcuts to add checklists to a note in Apple Notes. There is a specific action for adding checklist items. So the third method that I'm about to show, I'll show how you can use that. Back in Shortcuts, I've got another shortcut set up to create this weekly note template, but with a lot more flexibility than the option that just lists all the templates that are in that folder. So this one, it is going to ask for the note title again, and then the actual template for the note itself is in a text box here, again in Markdown formatting. And then it converts that Markdown into rich text for Apple Notes and creates a new note. In this case, this is for my weekly note template, so it's creating it in the weekly notes folder. But you could have it created in the inbox, or you could even have it ask what folder you want to put it into as part of the shortcut to create it, and then have it file it into that folder. But in this case, it's just going to create a new rich text note in my weekly notes with the note title that I gave it up above. And then this is the step here that is the only way really to add, at least that I've been able to find, to add checklist items to a note through Shortcuts. So this is putting in the bulk of the content of the note through a Markdown text box, and then it adds these 3 checklist items separately so that they can actually be appended as checklist items into the note. So running this one to see how it works, we'll call it for the week ending next Friday. Now, if I flip over to notes and go into my weekly notes folder, here's the template. So this one has got all the proper formatting, but it's also carried over the checklist entries at the bottom. These checklist entries here, they're not really tasks. They're just reminders for myself so that when I do my review, these are the important things that I want to look at. So I don't want to keep these as recurring tasks in my reminders task list necessarily. I just want them as sort of a checklist in the weekly note itself, so that I can see it there when I'm reviewing things at the end of the week. Back in Shortcuts, I'll show you one more example of how I use these shortcut templates to create new notes. This one is to create a note for a new project. I have certain projects that, like YouTube videos, for example. Every note that I create for a new one is effectively the same. It's got all the same skeleton steps in it that I always want to see. So I use a shortcut to create those template notes as well. In this case, I've just set up an example here, but what this shortcut does, it asks for the name, it asks for the project name, which will be the name of the note. Then it asks for a due date that it will also insert into the note. So if the project is due at a certain point, you can add the date right in the body of the note itself. It just formats the date as year, month, day. That's what this is. Now, I will include a link in the description down below to a page that has all of the different date formatting strings. There's all kinds of stuff that you can include here. When you set the date format to custom, there's a whole pile of different options that you can put in. And in my case, when I'm creating a new note for a project, I'm typically also creating a list in reminders. So I like to have a link to that list in my project note, as well as a link to the project note in the reminders list. I cover this in more detail in a recent video that I did about my reminder setup. I will link that in the description below as well if you want to see how that whole process works. But this basically gives me a two-way link back and forth. So it's easy to get to my project note from reminders when I'm working on the tasks there. And it's easy to get to the tasks and reminders when I'm working on the project note in Apple Notes. And then it's got a text action with the actual markdown formatting for the note itself, similar to the previous example. Converts that into rich text for notes and creates a new note. In this case, I just have it go into my inbox. And it names that with whatever the project name that I gave it is. And then like the weekly note, in my projects, I typically have a checklist of items at the bottom, particularly for repeating projects like making a YouTube video, for example. Though there's a whole list of things that I have to do on every single one, and I just want to have that at the bottom of my note. So you can put all those items in a text box and then just append those to the note as a checklist. So now we'll run this one to see how it works, and just give it a name. And let's say it's due at the end of the month. And now I've already copied the link to my reminders list, so I'm going to paste that in here. And when I click done, it creates the note in Apple Notes. And here it is based on the template that was in that shortcut. So it's got the name of the note, which I entered as part of the shortcut running, example project in this case. It's plugged in the due date that I selected from the calendar when I ran the shortcut. And it's created a live link back to my reminders list. So if I click that, it takes me straight over to my reminders project with that link. And then the rest of this is the formatting that I had in the text box and the checklist items at the bottom that I added through that final action. Using shortcuts to create these templates is the most flexible of the three methods that I've shown here, when the template itself is actually part of the shortcut, but it's a little bit more complex to set up. So you do need to be somewhat comfortable with shortcuts to do it, but it's not a complicated thing. You can make these as complex or as simple as you want, really. So if you want to get started with this, I will include links to all of the shortcuts that I went through in the description down below so that you can copy them into your system and play around with them to see how they work. What I would recommend you do after you download it into Shortcuts, if you right-click and duplicate, you can create a second copy of it and then just work with that one, play around with the different actions, change things, whatever you want to do. If you break something, it's not the end of the world. You can just go back to the original version, make a new duplicate, and start working from there. So that's what I would suggest is just dig in and start playing with some of the options and see what you can come up with. That's the two main ways that I use templates in Notes. Duplicating a note template is definitely the easier option to set up, but if you want more flexibility, shortcuts is the best way to go. I've got links to everything that I mentioned in the video in the description down below. And if you have any questions about anything that I covered in the video, let me know in the comments and I'll do my best to help. Thanks for watching. If you're new here, my name's John. I'm working on streamlining my productivity workflow and using Apple's built-in apps as much as possible. I'm sharing what I learn along the way, and hopefully some of those things will be helpful for you too. If you want to learn more about how to get the most out of reminders and Apple Notes, these videos might be helpful for you. I'll see you in the next video.